So sometimes you need to know what the current active folder is. And instead of asking the user, like popping up a box and doing all of that, it's quicker to just know what that folder address is and be able to access it to move files around, copy files in or out of it or whatever. So here I'm going to show you how to do that. So the first thing we need is a UI element. So we're going to add one here, and then it doesn't really matter which one you get. I'm just going to start here and then say done. And then we just need to rename this something that makes sense, like current folder. And then we need to go to this tree item and uncheck all these boxes here. And then in this one, we just need this to say window 32. And then this, for some reason this doesn't update. I don't know why. But if you hit save and then come back and look at it again, it's all like this is checked and all that. So we don't want that checked. And we want this to be like that. And now it updated it here. So if anybody knows why it doesn't update the first time you do it, let me know. Then in here, we need to just take this out and change this to not equal. And the rest of that is good. So let's save. Just make sure that stayed where we wanted it over here. Okay. So now that we have our UI element built, we need to extract the data out of that element. So I'll search for extract data. And in here, we're going to use our element data, and we're going to store this in a variable. I'm going to call the variable something like I don't know, my current folder. And now if we put this on A and then we run this and we look in our bin here, we got all this data from it reading that address. And you can see right here on line 5 we have our address right there. So now we need to isolate that from the rest of this stuff that we don't need. So to do that, we need a split text. And in here, we're going to use this my current folder, and it needs to be standard, and then this would be a new line because we want to create a list. And this actually could be my current folder. So we're just reusing the bin. If this is a bin that holds all that data, then we're just going to reuse it instead of creating another. All right, now if we run it, it has, now it's a list. See up here? Now it's a list instead of just a text block. And so we're trying to get a hold of this line, line 4. Okay, so if we're in here and we get this, we want line 4, which is like this, right? So now we're getting line 4 out of that list, and we're going to start at position 9 till the end. And we're going to put it back in the same. So we're going to convert that list back to a block, or just a piece of text. I was going to show you this again for why I had 9 there. So 9 is because we're trying to get rid of this word, this address, and that space. So that's 9 characters till you get to the C. And now if we run it, and we look in here, look at that. We got our address, and now you can use that in your programming. So you've got a direct address of your working folder. And so if you choose B over here and run it again, now it's B. And if we go to whatever, go up here and run it. So whatever your current folder is, that's what it gives you back. Okay, that's all there is.